Let's talk about um her blackness. Charlamagne recently went on CNN. Recently went
Oh
on
God.
CNN on an interview, and it started off where they were talking about how Trump showed up to the National Association of Black Journalists event, and he said he showed up, and then they asked Charlamagne about it, and then they also went into the fact that Trump mentioned that Kamala Harris, she's championing her Indian side more than her black side. I'm gonna skip around a little bit because I wanted to get to the meat and potatoes of this, but let me show you what was happening.
Tonight, I showed up. Those are the exact words that former President Donald Trump is using to defend his appearance at the National Association of Black Journalists convention yesterday, an appearance in which he questioned Harris's race.
She was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
Of course, Harris is both and has been very clear about that.
So let me jump up a little bit because I want to get straight to the part where Charlamagne talked about it. Hold on.
Backing away from the controversy, today he went online, he shared a photo of Harris wearing a sari in a family photo, and he writes about it, "Your warmth, friendship, and love of your Indian heritage are very much appreciated." Okay, so that's what he did today. Let me just ask it to you this way, though, Charlamagne. Does he deserve credit, as he says, for showing up at the Black Journalists event yesterday?
Peace, Aaron. How are you, first and foremost? No, does he deserve credit? No, he doesn't deserve credit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't give a damn about any of this, and neither should you. Like, nobody in the media should care. Donald Trump doesn't have any new tricks. He focuses on identity. He focuses on race. He focuses on gender. He makes white America think that the changing demographics of this country are a threat to their livelihood, and he makes them believe if we don't take things back to the way they were, probably 1950 something, then America as they know it will be ruined. It's just a distraction. Like, Public Enemy had a album called "Fear of a Black Planet." Trump tries to scare people with the fear of a black and brown America, and we have to stop falling for it. Like, we just have to stop falling for it.
All right,
Like,
so yeah. All right, so today, though, you talk about it. You tackled it on your show because it's out there. People are talking about it. One of your callers actually called in and said something about it that I wanted to play for everyone so you could explain sort of how this makes you think and feel. Here's the caller.
Man, to be honest, Camilla Harris, she already said that she wasn't black. It's all over everything. She done had interviews. Yeah. I understand, but she already said that she's not black. She identifies as an Indian. When she was running and she did all of that at California. Yes, she has.
No, she hasn't.
Yes, she has.
Listen, have you ever read her book?
No, I don't. I won't. Say what now?
In her book, she specifically talks about how her mom definitely instilled her Indian heritage in her, but also told her she was a black woman and raised her to be a proud black woman.
They have an interview. She has a verbal interview with a white woman, and she says that she is not black. She is Indian.
Thoughts so far?
I mean, shit. Charlamagne tripping. Like, I don't know what else need to be said once I seen her in that little get up. Shit. Her black card got revoked then. She ain't black. And anyways, I ain't never heard no Jamaicans consider themselves as black anyway. I've
That's
never
true.
heard that.
That's
I've
you
never
got the
heard
point.
that. Ever. I ain't never heard no Jamaicans be like, "Oh yeah, I'm black." They say, "I'm Jamaica." That's what they say. That's it. They don't consider themselves black ever. So how all of a sudden do she got this black card? Cause she a AKA? This makes no sense, man. I'm really like, this shit been going on for what? 5 years now? Why are we still discussing this, man? Like, we know this woman ain't black. This shit is embarrassing, man. Like, people just want to fall for the okie doke. They want to fall for this shit, man. They just say you just want to be the fool, man. Just say you want to be a fool. That's all it is. I honestly don't think the country is gonna be better either way because I feel like everybody is stuck. Like, we in a bad spot. And it ain't because of whoever get picked, it's just because the real people in charge, they about to do some ill crap. That's just what I feel. But the fact that people still want to fall for the same plays and the same tricks is beyond me. It makes no sense. I've been I've been able to vote for almost almost 30 years now. And it's always the same thing. It was Bill Clinton kissing black babies. Man, it's the same. Him playing the saxophone. It's always this appeal to black people, but they ain't never did shit for us. Never.
So is
Why
it
do
only
we
the
keep falling for
is
it?
it only the Democrats trying to appeal to the blacks?
Man, I ain't never. I'm gonna be honest. When I used to vote Democrat, I ain't never felt like no Republicans was trying to appeal to black people. I never felt like that. I never felt. Now it could have been my ignorance that like I never tapped into their side, maybe. But at the same time, I don't ever remember none of them just trying to do things strictly for black, like catering to black folks. I don't ever remember that. It's just I don't recall that, man.
I'm not understanding why people can't understand that Jamaica is a country.
What do
Like
you mean? What do you
she's
mean?
doing the she's doing the okey doke. Like every time they talk about Kamala, they know that most Americans don't understand ethnicity, nationality, and race. They know this. So when most Americans, especially Black Americans, hear Jamaica, they automatically think, "Oh gosh, Bob Marley." No, that's not what's on the island. It's all kinds of people on the island, especially Asians.
Mm.
So when you add that up, people that are outside of this country, they know that she's not. But in this country, anything that has some black people on it, oh, automatically they'll just say, "Oh yeah, 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 they're black," without actually knowing the demographics of their island.
Does her race matter?
Not really, but it matters when you keep saying you are and you're not.
I agree, 100%.
It's it's just weird. Like ever since that she's been the nominee, that's all we've talked about is her race. They have no one's ever really said anything about anything else.
Well,
So,
yep, I
We
agree
ain't
with
got
you.
nothing else.
Well, part of the reason for
black
that
people
though
in
is
jail, she's
because
not black. That's all
well,
I've
they
heard.
promoted her that way, right? When they gathered all of these people on these phone calls, it was black women for Kamala Harris. It was not, hey, can we, make sure that we nominate her based off of the policy. If they wanted a seat, he pivoting because now they exposing her, and it's too many people coming out and saying, wait a minute, why y'all keep trying to finesse us and get us to vote for her just because she black? Because first of all, she not even black, and secondly, why are y'all trying to leverage identity politics in order to justify her becoming president of the United States instead of policy? And so now that it's becoming an issue, now they're trying to pivot and say, well, you know what? Charlamagne is saying, hey, well, we shouldn't focus on that. We should focus on the fact that policy or whatever like that. Here, I'm going to play a little bit more of what he had to say. Give me a second.
Sick, man.
Lord have mercy.
So what do you do about that?
What do I do? Is I tell everybody not to be distracted, and I would say the same thing to the vice president. All the vice president has to do is stay on message. All these conversations about what's black, who's black, forget all that. How you gonna put money in people's pockets? How you gonna keep people safe? That's what both candidates need to be talking about over the next 95 days. We all know Kamala Harris is black, and we all know she's Indian. And we also know Donald Trump is a bigot, and we know he's divisive. I don't need the media running Donald Trump's greatest hits over and over for the next 95 days. Donald Trump, as of right now, has no real strategy against the vice president. So they're going to say she's a DEI hire. They're going to attempt to weaponize her not having kids. They're going to question her blackness. Ignore it all. Aaron, listen.
But Charlamagne, I understand, but you're talking about the media, and I'm not taking it personally, but I do think it's
Exactly,
important in
Tia.
part because of that
I'm media
caller.
too, though.
I
I'm
know,
media
but
too.
yeah, no, I understand, but that caller calls in, and whether it should or
She
shouldn't,
just sunned him.
sometimes it just is. If it gets into the
She
ether and
pressing
it
him.
starts affecting how people think and feel, then that becomes an actual problem.
Listen, I've been so much more impressed with CNN lately than I've ever been since the debate. They've been pushing back. I'm not saying that it's the greatest organization. They've been pushing back and they've been asking uncomfortable conversations. To be honest with you, even though it's still a left leaning organization, but the reality is that that is the campaign, similar to what Tia Marie is saying right here, is black woman for president, black and woman, right? And so when we start to, now that they're getting a lot of pushback, in my opinion, now they want to say, oh no no no, listen, we should be focusing on the conversation. All right, so y'all failed on one front. We now out of the honeymoon phase of her being announced as president of the United States of America because Joe Biden fell out of favor. And people are starting to get mad and hold these sororities and these fraternities and the Divine Nine and these women and all of this based off of identity politics. When you start to mine it out, she does not have any policy to stand on or any winning record to actually be able to leverage to say that she does deserve to be president of the United States of America when you compare it to what Trump was doing in 2016 through 2020. So if we really having a conversation, I think that she's falling further out of favor from the people that actually is trying to figure out whether or not she makes sense as to be president of the United States of America. Now that we can't lean on the whole black thing, or that she's being exposed for leaning more towards her Indian heritage than her Jamaican heritage.
Well, she grew up with a single mother, right? So, one, whatever her mom leans towards is what she's pretty much going to lean toward. Two, I've never seen when you're quote unquote mixed race, the opposite race of black raise you as a black person. That
That you,
doesn't even make sense.
Mika, kill that shit. You are absolutely on point. You killing this shit. Talk about it.
That's a fact.
I've just never seen it.
Because it's never happened.
Never seen a woman from the
It doesn't
opposite race
happen.
be able to raise you to be a black woman.
It doesn't happen.
It don't
Ever.
even. You are 100%. It don't even resonate.
Ever. Ever.
Right.
But when you
Never
push back on
happens.
that, they try to make you seem like you're not that you're not clicking on all cylinders. Like it's something wrong with you. It's like no, I haven't seen it. How
Shit
would
was
she be able to
crazy.
do that? So yeah, the woman is a liar. Like I said yesterday, the woman is a liar, and she will say anything. Her race really doesn't matter, but it matters because you're campaigning to that. And if you're going to campaign to that, then you're going to have to one show the receipts and show and prove. And she doesn't do any of that. So yeah. But to
But
Charlamagne, he's so compromised. I used to really like Charlamagne, but he's so compromised.
yeah, he got his skin cleaned up. Nah, it's a wrap.
You know what?
It's a wrap, man. I'm a different
Because he
person now.
used to be really good. Like I used to like that he used to, antagonize
Yeah, he
the
used to be out of
artists and
control. That's
people.
why he used to get his ass beat.
But that's how he used to get the answers out because people would
Yep.
be so polarized to him. They would
Yep.
either lie
It's a
about
fact.
something or they would answer it or they want to get
Yep.
ahead of it.
But now, nah. But I got a question to people who like, all right, so if you really want to vote for somebody, like, and let's just be real,
Mm-hmm.
this woman is sitting here, she's not telling you the truth about her identity. What else won't she lie about once she gets nominated? Once you vote her in, what won't she lie about? You gotta think about shit like that. She's not even telling you who she really is.
That's true.
What's gonna happen once she get in office?
Well, her lies don't matter. It's like her policy and what she does for the country that's what matters. And by
Nah,
and
man,
large,
you can't.
no matter what president they prance in front of us, it's not really them that's going to be
Well,
doing
yeah,
all the
that's true.
things.
But what I'm saying is, like, if somebody's not gonna tell you the truth about their background and their identity, how you expect them to lead you?
It's just like Biden. Biden's not running the White House right now. Everybody else is, and I think it'd be
Bring
similar.
back the dog spot.
That folk he can barely lead himself down the hallway.
I
It's
think it would look the
crazy.
same if Kamala was the president. It would be Biden 2.0.
I think it would be 10
I
times
agree.
worse.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like we gonna be in a situation, man. We're gonna be in a situation.
I think it would be
I
significantly worse.
I think you'll have the same thing you had with Bush and Dick Cheney. Bush did absolutely nothing. Dick Cheney ran it, and he ran it into the ground. So Kamala to me is another puppet, and I think they like her because she will allow, whoever the handlers are and whoever the deep state is, she'll allow them to do whatever, and she'll just be the
Yeah,
figurehead.
yeah. Nah, she gonna do whatever. They're gonna be running trains in the White House. They ain't careful. 'Cause you know how she get down.
Yeah, wow.
That shit gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I don't see it for Kamala, but y'all got people got to start pushing back on it. It's just like I said, her race really doesn't matter. But
No, I
if you're
don't.
gonna keep doing this, if you're gonna keep
Yeah,
doing this, you have to speak to it, and they don't like that people are questioning them.
It matters to me. It matters now that they made it matter.
Hmm.
right.
Yeah.
It
That's what it
wasn't
is.
supposed to matter, but it matters now to me because, um, they shouldn't have made it a thing.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't have raised money in the name of it. They shouldn't have tried to leverage it
Mm-hmm.
in order to try to get people to vote a certain way. But now
Mm-hmm.
that they did, it matters to me now because we not gonna act like we didn't see what y'all did. And so stand on that shit.
Yeah.
Win, lose, or draw, stand on it. It matters to me now. Now, I want to know why you made it such a big deal to make sure that we acknowledge the race part of it because you thought that that was the thing that was going to get you in office. You thought that that was the thing that was going to benefit you. It's not benefiting you as much as it was supposed to, and now that's the issue. And so you got to stand.
I agree.
As a matter of fact, I got a whole nother video that I want to share with y'all, but I want to get y'all thoughts first before we wrap this up, and then also I'm going to read the super chats.
Gotta stop falling for the same tricks. Gotta stop falling for the same tricks, man.
No, we ain't. I think that it's always going to be people that's on the plantation. There's always going to be people that will not step away from identity politics because they think that that's the thing that's going to be the most meaningful until they grow
Yeah.
up, until they have children, until they get married, until they lose a job and get laid off. See, the one thing that I learned in my life is that what other people think influencing you on what it is that you got going in your life only matters until you have a life event. It only matters till you have a death in your family. It only matters until you get sick or you get late, you lose your money, you get laid off from your job. All of this liberal bullshit, in my opinion,
Hmm.
it is what I like to call a first world problem. It's a first world problem because it's a thing that you have the luxury of entertaining. But when life hits you and life start kicking your ass, you start paying attention to the stuff that really matter.